off, and Sheridan, against his former club, immediately gets a touch. Bumped forward early by Wednesday, and good early header from Forrest. Pearce is in there. Stuart Pearce as well. Petrescu now trying to thread it forward. And in again is Stuart Pearce, knocking that one over the top. Collimore's offside. Free kick to Wednesday, who've lost their last 3 matches. And their last 3 home at Hillsborough as well. With a good header this time by Chettle. And Stone works it forward. Collymore holds it up nicely. Beautifully into the path of Roy. It's a good chance this for Forest. Roy one-on-one with Pressman. And how did they miss it? Bohinen sliding in. Couldn't get there. Roy was unselfish. And that really should have been 1-0. Chasing towards goal, the Dutchman. You would have fancied him one-on-one, but he went for the pass to Bohinen. And the number 9 is disgusted. Forrest slicing through Wednesday there with incredible ease. Crossley will try and work this one forward again. Good positive start, but it remains goalless. Good challenge from Ian Woan. Throw-in goes to Wednesday. Petrescu, the Romanian international, takes it. Waddle, he's tackled. Woan. Good turn by Ian Woan. Fine bit of play. Now Stanley Collymore. Oh, that's super. He's found Roy. Roy's gone round Pearce, but he's clipped by Des Walker, former Forest favourite, and is back with Pressman. Stone, good control. He's trying to go round Nolan there. Nolan's fairly pacey and gets back well and gets the free kick. Goes the way of Wednesday. Kevin Pressman then on the fringes of the England team this season with this free kick. It's gone a long way, that one. Deep in Forest territory. Flicked on Mark Bright. Bart Williams is tackled by Bohinen but rides the challenge. Chris Bart Williams fancies the shot. It's charged down well. And Woan gets past Graham Hyde. Good skill again from Woan. Fine ball through, and Des Walker has to clip the back pass to Pressman to deny Roy. Des Little, good header. Gets the return from Phillips. Phillips now just curls this one over the top, into touch. Is it? No, it's kept bang on the line. And Bohinen will make something of that. Walker's on the floor and concedes the throw. Bohinen takes it quickly. Stone's in there if he can get the cross in. Well, it'll be a goal kick to Wednesday in the end, but Forest with all the early initiative. And that Wednesday back 4 looking pretty frail in the early stages. Chettle's beaten by Bright. And in the end, Colin Cooper just flicks the header back to Crossley. Here's Stuart Pearce. Bit of space for him. Curled that one towards Collymore. Nicely taken on the chest, but in an offside position. Free kick to Wednesday, and Pearce takes it. Now Petrescu. He's found Bright. Bright's tackled well by Bohinen, but Waddle's got a chance now. Chris Waddle. He's done well there. He's made a good break as Waddle. And in the end, it's excellent tackling back by Bohinen. And Woan's able to stick it into the midfield area where Stone plays it up for Collymore. And his header is soaked up by Andy Pearce. And back to Pressman it goes again. Nolan. Graham Hyde. Good turn and pass to Sheridan. Chris Bart Williams now, he's tackled by Woan. Sheridan again. Finds Petrescu. Petrescu cuts in field. and he's tried to play it all the way through for Sinton there, and played into Forest's hands rather. This is a developing attack. Stone has found Collymore. Oh, good strength from Collymore, just brushed aside Walker. In the end, Chris Bart-Williams tidied it up well for Wednesday, and Nolan is able to break forward. 1-2 with Waddle, didn't come off, and Phillips has a chance. Brian Roy again. Yes, I think that's a certain tackle on Graham Hyde. Free kick given, referee bang on the spot. Alan Wilkie. Free kick and for Forest. Cooper to Chettle. Chettle finds Collymore again. He holds it up nicely and fends it off to the oncoming Pearce. Wone back infield again. Collymore's clipped that one for Roy. It's worked beautifully. Wone, shooting chance. Can he get the shot in? He's still going. Is he clipped? No penalty given. Well, he did an awful lot of ball work and he finally raced through. He just felt there that Des Walker might have just clipped him. Collymore, as Forest attack relentlessly, and Stone just couldn't direct it towards goal, but it's one-way traffic, and it's the team in red and white. Collymore again, another scything run down the left and an excellent centre, and Stone there couldn't believe the space he was in. Andy Sinton. Waddle in support. Sinton's continued his run. Early cross by Waddle, and Chettle deals with it well. Sheridan runs into the box. Waddle again, wide left. Waits this one in with the outside of his boot, and Cooper heads it away. And that might drop nicely for Bohinen. Just gets the better of Hyde. Not the second time though. Sheridan again finds Waddle. Waddle has dinked it into the near post. Difficult to distinguish whether that was a shot or cross, but Wednesday in a better spell. Cooper now puts his foot on the ball, and Stone, Little, Phillips, good football this by Forest. Stone again, Roy's come off short, but he's gone down the line, and Collymore just a fraction offside. Nil-nil it remains. John Sheridan now. Forward ball looking for Waddle. Good header back for Crossley, who goes for the overarm to Wone. Wone sliding it nicely for Roy. Good footwork from the Dutchman. Back into the middle. Bohinen. That's a fine crossfield ball. Stone's in space. He didn't have to move for that. Roy's continued his run. Edge of the area, he's tackled. Pearce gets it forward, but Forest again. Chettle. Again through the middle, looking for Roy. Tackled by Walker, and Sheridan has it. He's found Chris Waddle. Waddle looking for Mark Bright. Good chance this. And Bright couldn't get the shot in. Delayed his strike, and that saved Forest. Bohinen, lovely nutmeg on Petrescu. And now Collymore again. Just couldn't break past the Romanian that time. Sheridan. Sinton. Now Graham Hyde. Hyde's given free rein to drive in the shot, and Chettle blocked it well. Wone sweeps another ball to the right, and high feet from Stone there. Free kick given by the referee. Dan Petrescu. Bart Williams. Back to the Romanian. He's in space here. Crossing chance. Not a good cross. Waddle furious with him there. Crossley then again. Phillips gets a vital interception on that. Wednesday just beginning to grow in confidence. So being showered by Forest pressure in the early stages. Here's Sinton. Leaves it for Waddle to come forward with. Waddle dealt with well by Little. Nolan has come forward to take this one, and here's Chris Waddle. Good first touch again, back for Nolan. There's the right-footed cross. Bart Williams won't reach it. Will go out for a goal kick to Nottingham Forest. Goalless the score. Forest kicking away from the Cop end at Hillsborough towards Leppings Lane.
Would you please contact the stadium control? Thank you.
Crossley strikes it up to halfway. Sinton gets in there. Stone. Bohinen has done enough to find Wone. Phillips in the middle, outside of his right boot. Nice pass to Little. Little gets virtually to the edge of the area before Sheridan stands up well to him and plays it back to halfway, and Waddle. Excellent footwork that by Chris Waddle, and he's got himself a free kick. Looking for it, a touch, but the referee on the spot. Nolan then in position for this one. Takes everything right-footed. That's very much his stronger side. Into the penalty area. Waddle's got a touch on that, but out it goes. Goal kick to Forest. Forest certainly needing a victory to keep up their European aims, and Wednesday need a victory to stave off that looming threat of relegation. Their recent run has certainly left them just outside the club, scrapping desperately for survival. Sheridan gets the better of Roy. Excellent ball for Waddle. Now Sinton into the middle, and Graham Hyde. Chris Bart Williams. He's tackled. Graham Hyde's in support though. Andy Pearce has given that one away in a vital position and has to look for the back pass to Kevin Pressman. That might drop for Mark Bright. Out for Bart Williams. Far post cross curling away from the defender. Sinton gets on it, and his ball into disappointment. Petrescu. Bart Williams again. Not a bad ball into the gap for Hyde. Hyde being climbed over by Bohinen. And Bohinen did the job. Goal kick given. Little nods this one forward. Roy's a menace, but Pearce has Walker alongside him. Bright feels he's being climbed on, not given by the ref. Now Stuart Pearce. Wone. Walker's control lets him down, and Bohinen tries to cushion it for Roy. Pearce gets in there though. Here's Mark Bright. John Sheridan now to Waddle. Waddle has Sinton outside him. Andy Sinton, the far post cross. Bright's up there. His presence is enough to get something for Wednesday in the second phase possession. Might well drop for them. Here's Waddle again, looking for a 1-2 with Hyde. Wasn't the best of returns, and Wone can carry this one for a while before finding Brian Roy. Lovely turn by Roy. Pushes it on for Little. Little, a forward ball for Stone. Stone down the line again, and Little being pulled at by Sinton. Gets the cross in, but the free kick given. And so a chance for Forest here. Stone's there, but Stuart Pearce looks like he's arriving. The angle just may be too acute for Pearce to strike one, but he's taking a fair old run at it. Three-man wall. Pearce. Oh yes, top corner. And Pearce strikes a beauty, and Forest go ahead. And that's as clean as a whistle. Bang in the top stanchion, and nothing that Pressman could possibly do. Absolutely unstoppable. And the first goal, you just got the feeling was going to be very important. Wednesday had just had a good spell. Forest, that solitary attack winning them a free kick. And that's the value of Stuart Pearce. 1-0. Can just transform those seemingly innocuous positions into something quite lethal. Suddenly the Forest fans come alive as Stone whips another one through. Couldn't find Colin. Roy's there though. Sheridan. 1-2 with Waddle. And this time for Sinton. Sinton has a go on the outside. And I think Crossley would have got there, but Cooper wasn't to know that, and concedes the corner kick. Sinton right-footed, it's gone deep, and Crossley makes an excellent claim. Crossley, huge kick that one, straight through the middle. Walker wins the header. Stone after it, and his strength gets the better of Sinton. He's found Collymore. It opens up a little bit for Stan Collymore, who hits the shot into the crowd. It was worth an effort. Scored his fair share from that sort of range this season. Wednesday have worked the goal kick short, and Petrescu finds Andy Pearce. Free kick to Wednesday that time. Sheridan out wide. Back in from Nolan again. He's just chipped this one over the top, looking for the head of Bright. Pearce gets there first. Little helps it on. Bohinen. His control let him down, but he's got the better of it, and he's found Wone through the middle. He's onside. Wone, he scored. Brilliant finish from Ian Wone, and the perfect breakaway. Lovely through ball. He got himself in a perfect position, and that's unstoppable. look at that left foot curler. Past Pressman and into the corner. And Forest suddenly, bang bang, 2-0 ahead. Two top draw goals. Wednesday rattled now, coming straight back with Waddle. Sinton overlapping, corner. Short one this time for Waddle. Back for Andy Sinton. Got in the right foot cross, it's curling, Bright on the chest and Hyde hits the shot. Again, Forrest determined in charging it down. Collymore getting a flick on that. It's a real handful for Walker, and his strength is so important. Bohinen now with a shot, and Walker in the end gets himself back into a good position to make the tackle. Collymore strong as an ox on that occasion, and Walker just didn't know how to handle him. Petrescu, Chris Waddle. Now he's hit that long, but Bart Williams will get there. Oh, his control hopelessly lets him down. I think he was unhappy with what somebody said to him in the crowd there. Frustrated the home crowd. Understandably, 2-0 down. Forest onto something good here. Stone, good challenge. Free kick given against him though. Bright's winning a lot in the air, but often that second ball is always won by a red shirt. Now here's Roy, Stone, Little, Phillips over the top, on the chest of Bohinen, he's done well there. Knocks it in field for Roy, just skipping over that tackle from Sheridan, and over a second. No whistle. Bohinen again has found Stone, and Stone's made a good run. He's a handful. And Walker gets the free kick and then strikes the ball away. Well, I mean, it didn't seem harsh at all, that sort of a tackle, but the referee feeling it necessary to dish out the lecture. Pressman. Woan for Bohinen. Oh, he might get the return. Roy's offside. Been won back really determinedly by Phillips. He's got Stone in. Phillips again. Turns and pushes one out wide for Little, and his control lets him down there. Throw in for Wednesday. Sinton for Sheridan. Now Graham Hyde. Petrescu just cuts inside Bohinen. Mark Bright. Back for John Sheridan. Tackled by Bohinen this time. And he's found Roy. And Roy's knocked it through for Collymore, and the offside flag's up again, and that was harsh. Collymore just looked a fraction. Bart Williams. Waddle, lovely ball forward, Bart Williams into the box, and Crossley gets down, nobody attacking that near post. Good ball by Waddle. Chris Bart Williams though, couldn't pick anybody out. Here's Des Little. Just Just a little touch for Stone, gets the return ball. Phillips to Roy. Waddle breaks forward. And Waddle has gone for the outside footer, and in the end it hurried on quicker than you might have expected, and Crossley was left scrambling across his goal. Waddle at the minute, the only real threat to Forest, and that wasn't too far away. Hyde for Bart Williams. He's cut in field nicely. Finds Chris Waddle. Sheridan's intercepted Sinton. Sheridan again. Sinton again. Chips it up. Headed away well, and Cooper completes the clearance, but it's still with Andy Sinton. Ahead of him is Chris Waddle. And that will be a corner kick to Wednesday. Waddle just playing behind Mark Bright. Not as out-and-out striker, and Whittingham the man who finds himself on the bench after scoring 2 in the last 2 games. Andy Sinton then delivers the cross, and it's well flicked on, and Forest scrambling for the first time at the back. And that one's really never going to threaten, and it has gone out in the end for a goal kick. Chris Bart Williams getting a good near post flick on. Crossley was committed there, and it was just as well that Chettle was in the way. Crossley's gone for the right wing. Stone gets a header. Oh, he's controlled that nicely. Roy being tightly marked by Walker. Waddle again. Tackled by Bohinen. Chettle sidesteps Bart Williams. There's Stuart Pearce, scorer of the first. Lovely ball down the channel. Bohinen still got it. Pearce again. Now Phillips. Here's Cooper. Little slides one down the line. Stone holds it up for Phillips. Back out wide again. This is Collymore. What a fine break by Forest. Collymore's delivered the cross. Roy's in there, and Pearce is forced into conceding the corner. Sweeping move by Forest. Umpteen passes, and in the end Collymore brushing aside Walker with incredible ease, and it's another corner. Roy to take it, which got through the wall, and desperate defending there by Wednesday, or lack of it. And Kevin Pressman fortunate that it just dropped in his lap. Sheridan looking for Bright again. Little favourite to get there. Oh, he's done a good job, Little. Couldn't keep it in play though. It's going to be a throw in for Wednesday. Nolan with it. Oh, and he's flighted over a nice cross there. Bright might make something of it yet. Hyde into the box. Behind by Cooper for a Wednesday corner. Sinton with it. Into the middle of the goal and headed away well. Helped on by Roy. Collymore, lovely touch. And here's Bohinen. We've got Collymore in again. Now to the edge of the area, Bohinen, will he get there? He's rounded Pressman. It's a chance, surely. Is it off the bar? And not given from Brian Roy. Incredible. Well, Bart Williams can bring it clear. What a let-off that was. Because it's a certain goal. It's another real... Well, such a fast-paced break by Forest. And Wednesday really don't know what's hit them when Forest attack. Throw in. Here it was, and Bohinen goes round Pressman. He's just forced wide in the process. In comes Roy. It hits the bar and bounces bang on the line. He struck it cleanly enough. Just wouldn't go in. The lead still stands at 2-0. And Forest, certainly the team that looked like extending that at the minute. Collingwood's presence again is important for Forest, but Wednesday get it up to Bart Williams. Rome's past halfway. Back into the midfield area for the oncoming Hyde. Hyde to Waddle. Sheridan for Waddle, who tries the shot. Over it goes, but that wasn't bad. Again, it revolves around the number 8. Free kick Wednesday. It's a harsh decision by the referee, but motioning it was just a push in there. Pearce will get this one clear with the outside of his boot. Stone controls it, tackled by Nolan. Going to be a goal kick to Forest. Sheridan, Graham Hyde, chipping this one for Bart Williams to run onto. Here he is now, Chris Bart Williams. Dan Petrescu in support. Shimmies one into the middle for Hyde again. Hyde goes back out wide, and Bart Williams on his left foot delivers one. Graham Hyde looks for that similar pass. Here's Bart Williams again. Now Waddle, wonderful jink, good near post cross, and Sheridan just couldn't get a touch on it. But again, sheer class from Chris Waddle. Goes one way and then the other. That's just superb. Deserved better in the end, that cross. Two left-footed keepers today, Crossley one of them, and Collymore handy with either. Stone to Roy. Stone's breaking through here, and Walker very confident in defence. Stone again, tackled by Sheridan. Phillips is in there, chips one over the top, and Walker back to Kevin Pressman. Bright on the chest and in for Sheridan. Waddle. Hyde now. Petrescu finds Bart Williams. Through it goes Mark Bright, snapshot. Crossley makes his first save of the match. Petrescu finds Hyde. Stands still for a moment, and then Hyde delivers it one. All's well that ends well for Forest. But it's Still menacing at the minute. Hyden again. Bright's header. Over it goes. Well, this was the problem. And Mark Bright has clipped it over the bar, but his earlier effort worried Crossley more. Still has a clean sheet, and it's still 2-0. Waddle again. Sinton's overlapped nicely. Chipped it in. Bright's up there. Bart Williams has a chance. Off the post. From 6 yards. Bohinen and Hyde in a tangle. Free kick given to Forest. But this was Wednesday's best chance of the match. Sinton weighted that in nicely. Bright and Pearce tangling, and Bart Williams against the base of the upright. Well, they both hit the woodwork now. Oh, Collymore again, sheer strength. Made a great run as well. Collymore still going, and a shot in the end over Kevin Pressman's crossbar, and pretty harmless, but again an enormous worry to the Wednesday defence is Forest's lethal number 10. Ian Wone. Good link up between Wone and Bohinen. Fine crossfield ball. Now Stone. Little's on the outside of him. Pearce sweeps it away. Sinton. Petrescu. Sinton again pushing this one into the path of Sheridan. Pearce sneaks in. Stone again. He just works that with Little. Now he can play it over halfway for Bohinen. Brian Roy's moved into space on the right. Not much of it. Tips one over the top, and Collymore's offside. Well, Wednesday squeezing up. And pressing forward. Looking to suppress Forest on the break, really. Here's Waddle again. His shot's charged down. Pearce. Comes a long one, and his namesake Andy Pearce heads that into touch. Wone, right footed this time, fine ball, Stone on the break, Roy's in the box, is that handball? No. Works its way through for Pressman, and there's the overarm throw, he finds Petrescu. Petrescu again. He's threaded that one nicely for Hyde, and here's Waddle. Would have been offside surely against Bright there, but not given. Free kick against Graham Hyde, who's getting in trouble with the officials. Crossley will take this one. Looking for Collymore. Fine nod into the path of Roy. Collymore out wide. Stone, there's the cross and Roy's in there. I think he would have been offside. He applauds the build-up play. Stone's ball, yeah, I think he was certainly off. Pressman saved it anyway. Chance of a cross for Nolan. Digs it out to the far post. Pearce wins the header. Graham Hyde in there. Runs around the outside of Petrescu. Shooting chance perhaps, but plays it out wide, and the Romanian's cross is saved well by Crossley. Never the best ball then, although Mark Bright was on hand should the Forest keeper have made a boob. Stone. As he got round Sinton. Oh, you would have felt that ball surely went into touch. Linesman and referee sleeping as Hyde brings it away. Petrescu now. And Bart Williams on the outside of him. Oh, he's tackled well. Wone watched him well. Oh, but Petrescu's ridden that well and finds Bart Williams. Not a good cross. Pearce steadies the ship and just clips it out of play quite happily. Sheridan into the penalty area. Stone controls it and then volleys it forward. No handball given against Little, and finds Phillips. Petrescu now. Pushing it on for Hyde. Chris Waddle now. Out to the left flank and Nolan.
Help me right then, Simpson! That's his supposed to play with him!
Nolan working hard, wins it back. Wednesday just a little bit devoid of ideas. Forest quite happy on a 2-0 cushion. And this play not really hurting Forest. There's the far post cross. And when the final ball finally does come in, it's not really effective. And Frank Clark won't mind that at all. Collymore, great flick on against Pearce. Walker picks it up though. Flight to left footed ball forward on the chest of Waddle. Waddle looking for movement ahead of him, finds Sheridan. Now Andy Sinton. Has a go around the outside and puts a simple cross into the arms of Crossley. Nolan's back pass will need to be dealt with by Pressman, and is convincingly. Hyde on the burst, tackled from behind. Referee rightly waves play on. Waddle slides one in. That's well dealt with by Cooper. Collymore gets the better of Sheridan. Bohinen holds it up, spreads one out wide for Stone. Through for Wone. Collymore. Petrescu just gets in the way. Little challenge as well. Sheridan. There's half-time, pretty comfortable for Forest. 2-0 ahead at the interval. Forest kick off, and immediately there is Roy, and he's stuck to by 3 blue and white shirts. Perhaps a sign that Wednesday might show up a little differently in these next 45 minutes. Petrescu to the edge of the area. Pearce challenge as well. Ian Wone just clipping this one on for Roy. Doesn't work out for him, he loses it. And Ian Nolan has possession for Wednesday. Mark Bright. Cumbersome first touch, but finds Hinton. Waddle finally gets it under control. Here's Waddle again. Early cross in there. Simple for Forest. There's Walker. And Waddle heading that one straight out. Forest have the throw. Des Little with it. And Collymore gets the vital flick on. Stone tried to knock it infield, was tackled by Sheridan. Another throw in Forest. Stone again. Collymore. Little forward. Stone will chase it all the way to the goal line. Des Walker does his job. Goal kick for Wednesday. Here comes Petrescu then. And hits it long. Nothing ball really, and Forest have it. Towards Roy. Turns past Petrescu, and Wone back into his path. Pearce challenges him, and Petrescu carries it past halfway. Good run this by the Romanian. Try to find Mark Bright. Little back for Crossley. He's careful. Needed to be. Stan Collymore. Phillips. Good turn by Bohinen. Back for Stone. Good dance for Wone here. Helps it on for Roy. And Roy scored. Magic goal by Forest. Terrific move. Bohinen. Stone. It looked as though Wone might shoot, but he was so unselfish. Roy was forced wide. But it was a cutting finish past the hapless Bressman. 3-0 Forest. And surely no way back now for Wednesday. A lot of unrest at Hillsborough. Delight among Forest fans. Not amongst Wednesday supporters, I can promise you. Mark Bright. Bart Williams, who chips one to the penalty area. Sheridan tries to deliver the cross. Bart Williams now does deliver it, and Crossley gets down to make the claim. Forest beat Wednesday 4-1 at the City Ground earlier in the season. They could be heading for another royal scoreline this afternoon if the early stages of the second half are anything to go by. Sinton won't get there. Collymore's on the chase. Onto his left foot. Switches play all the way to the left flank. Wone's control is impeccable. Well, fine ball for Bohinen, and he's tackled just as he was about to trigger. Sheridan. He's just push that to the side of Pearce. Pearce will chase there lethargically and find Hyde. Now Chris Bart-Williams. Chris Waddle. Not a bad ball that, if Petrescu can chase it. Pearce and Crossley conspire to concede the corner. Bart-Williams will take it. The outside of his boot, and Crossley puts the challenge in on Bright, and it's hooked clear by Cooper. Collymore on Walker. Walker all the way back to Pressman, taking no chances on Big Stan. And here's Nolan. Roy dispossessed by Sheridan. Nolan again, 1-2 with Sinton. Carries this one all the way towards Little, to the edge of the area. Nolan sliding it for Waddle. There's the far post curler. Beautiful cross, and Mark Bright couldn't profit from it. Well, it's a wonderful bit of talent from Waddle here. Not much backlift, but he curls it fantastically for Bright. He was just reaching for it too much. Surely pushing on Collymore, but not given against Andy Pearce. Forest fans in excellent voice now. Quite rightly so. 3-0 up at Hillsborough. Here's Waddle. He's got Sinton overlapping. Sinton gets the better of Little. Is that a penalty? It's given. Referee literally on the spot. There's Little, can't believe it. Sinton had just gone round him. Really all he had to do was stand up here. Tried to get the tackle in. Just enough connection there for the referee to point to the spot. Mark Bright is the man to take responsibility and reduce the arrears. And he's done it. Clinical penalty, you have to say that. Well taken. And it's now 3-1.
52 minutes.
No chance for Crossley.
12th goal of the season. Wednesday, 1-3.
So 2 goals in it now. And really that's the only way Wednesday have looked scoring. Collymore straight from the kick-off. Terrific run again. Free kick given against him. Tangles with Petrescu. Forest immediately win back possession. Roy knocks one into Phillips. All the way back to Crossley it'll go. They're just steadying themselves a moment. That one's pumped long by Mark Crossley. Pearce. His namesaking that one on, and Wone turns it in towards Stone. Tackled by Hyde. Sinton to the edge of the area. Waddle's with him. Waddle still going. Another fine ball in there, but Crossley claims it well. Offside against Forest. Wednesday continuing these squeezing tactics. Pearce will take this one. Hyde for Dan Petrescu. Waddle chipped into the penalty area. Hyde turns and shoots, puts it miles over in the end. Such a bad break by Wednesday. Sheridan chipping it nicely over the top. Graham Hyde couldn't keep his shot down. Bart Williams. Phillips, a good interception. Pearce for Wone. Roy. Hyde all the way back to Kevin Pressman. Des Little on Sinton again, having conceded a penalty, but Sinton plays it down the line. Here's Waddle for Nolan, tackled well by Stone, and Stone can motor forward with this. He's got space and he's got Roy, and he's just left it a little late to pass to Wone, but Wone drives in the shot. Collymore arriving at the far post, but a goal kick to Wednesday will be the result of that. Forest really had a chance there with a 3-on-2 breakaway. Couldn't make the most of it, but still lead by 3-1. Andy Sinton into the middle of the park, and Hyde, now Sheridan. Sheridan clipping this one nicely out wide for Petrescu, if he can keep it in. No, throw in Forest, and Pearce there quickly. Down the line for Wone, who's in space. Boheenan's with him. Oh, he's given that one away badly. Just a lapse of concentration there. And it's with Chris Bart Williams. Andy Sinton looking for a 1-2 with Bart Williams. Nicely out wide for Chris Waddle. Waddle round the outside. Still going, Little standing up well to him. And the goal kick's been given there. Des Walker, dominant header. Andy Pearce though, stretching out to knock it forward. Offside's given again. Sheridan's taken it from the incorrect position. Andy Pearce then. Right-footed into the penalty area. Nolan gets a touch on it. Here's Sheridan. Andy Sinton attacking. Good challenge by Stone. Fine back heel for Little. Strikes it forward only as far as Nolan. Sheridan looking to link up with him. Here is Sheridan again. Chipping that one up for Mark Bright. Cushions it for Bart Williams. Excellent stretch by Stuart Pearce. Back in again. Little gets ahead to it. Crucial stage of the game. Hyde on the overlap. Near post, and Crossley gets there. Well, Stuart Pearce there, international class defending, when Wednesday just looked dangerous for a moment. Bart Williams. Quick link up with Petrescu. Hyde for Sheridan, tackled by Stone. Excellent challenge. Here's Collymore. Collymore back for Stone. He's got a good chance. Stone on Pressman. He's looking for a penalty there. It won't be given. But it's still Forest with Boheenan. Phillips now. Wone to the edge of the area. Here's Collymore. Tackled by Andy Pearce. Sheridan, not the best of balls, but Sinton will get there. Sinton for Waddle to chase on to. Waddle trying to deliver the cross. Easy for Forest, and here's Little. Little cracking it long over the top. Walker just getting there ahead of Brian Roy, and playing a nice ball for Ian Nolan. Sinton Nolan again. Sliding it down the line. Waddle tackled. Won't. Looking for Roy, but Roy's dispossessed. Hyde into the penalty area. And safety first from Steve Chettle. Nolan. Left-footed cross. No, he really hasn't got a left foot. And that's straight at Crossley. Crossley's kicked that one beautifully for Collymore. And he's knocked a nice ball in field. Wone looking for the defence, splitting pass. Here's Roy. Brilliant tackle there by Nolan. Excellent challenge. That was a good chance for Brian Roy. But Nolan timed his challenge to perfection. It's all about timing. Here's Waddle at the other end. Oh, it's a good run by Waddle. Right foot shot. Just past the upright. Lovely bit of trickery here. Waddle again. So good to see when he's on the burst. Struck his shot well, but past the post of Crossley. That's okay for Wone to bring forward. Pushes the pass on for Bohinen. And really, that's going to be easy for Kevin Pressman. Andy Sinton gets inside Stone. For a 1-2 with Waddle. Little gets in there. Plays his own 1-2 with Stone and then proceeds to give it away to Hyde. Little does a good job on Nolan. Throw in given Wednesday's way though. Waddle with a good tackle. Nolan finds Waddle. In goes the cross. Hits the first defender there. And that's going to go out for a corner kick to Wednesday. Andy Sinton in position, behind the cameraman, behind that corner flag, and to the far post it goes. Pierce with a header, and over the crossbar, and it'll be a Forest goal kick. Roy, back for Collymore, on for Stone. Stone's got a good chance here, one-on-one with Pressman, holds it up for Roy, and that's a certain goal, and it's given. And surely now Wednesday are dead and buried. Stone really unselfish, and Roy couldn't really miss. Helped it on for Collymore, little flick on for Stone, charge towards goal, might have scored himself, but just into the path of Roy, who knocked it into the empty net. 4-1 to Forest, and it's becoming resounding. Great break by Stone, and Brian Roy doesn't miss them from that range. 4-1, so a repeat scoreline of that City Ground victory over Wednesday, and there's still plenty of time to play. Petrescu hitting one long for Wednesday. Here's Sheridan, Graham Hyde, Bart Williams now. Pierce gets in and makes the tackle. Bart Williams still going. That should be a Forest goal kick. and given us a corner. Bart Williams chipping it for Sheridan. Not a bad corner if Waddle can get the touch. Brush in there. Well, how did he miss that one? Forrest scrambling it clear. Here's Bart Williams again. Boheinan's trying to do a good job on him, and he is doing that. Bart Williams holds it up for Petrescu. Now Sheridan again. Far post this time. Too long for Mark Bright. Well, Forest fans really now enjoying a day out. Sunny weather. Away from home, not too far up the M1, and watching your team 4-1 ahead. A dream really for any football fan, and they'll make the most of this. Not a bad kick by Crossley, and Roy straight onto that one, and he's found Collymore. Pitch just benefits from the clip by Petrescu. Good foot in, and here's Sheridan. Nolan, tackled by Stone. Stone for Little. Now Roy. And a chance for Cooper to knock it forward to Stone again. Boheinan. That'll be okay for Pearce to carry forward. Wone. Pearce again. They're relaying every pass now. Here's Collymore looking for a 1-2 with Wone, didn't work out. Wone holds it up for Boheinan to Stone, who drives one past the post. Always worth a dip from that range, but on that occasion Pressman untroubled. Andy Sinton onto his right foot. There's the cross. Waddle on the chest. Couldn't get a full shot in. It's clipped away by Chettle. Back in again by Sheridan. Stuart Pearce helping on, and here's Boheinan. Another Forest breakaway. 4-1 up, looking to extend the lead. Just goes for the simple ball for Collymore. Collymore's the man to send it out wide. He finds Roy. Roy toys with Walker, then back into the path of Wone. He's round Sheridan. Looks for the 1-2 with Boheinan. Yes, it works. Stone wins it back. Collin was on the edge of the area. Stanley Collymore onto his left foot. He'll try one. Pressman just makes the save. Forest pretty rampant at the minute. Here's Pearce. Pearce again for Cooper. Cooper through the middle. And Francis out, chance begin. Little down the right flank for Stone. There's the far post cross. Collymore heads it towards goal. It's past the upright. Stone did well to get that one back across the face of goal. And Roy was appealing to Stan Collymore that he was in a better position. Well, those Francis out chants becoming ever louder, really. And here's Little. Get there ahead of Nolan without question, and now finds Phillips on the chest of Boheinan. Forest playing at a canter at the minute. Phillips, that time tackled by Graham Hyde. And Wednesday can try and move forward, but Hyde is tackled by Little. Throw in given to Wednesday, and Waddle looks for that early ball again. Here's Cooper. Stuart Pearce carries this one forward. Ian Wone. Roy back for Pearce again. Phillips now into the middle and Heenan. Oh, fine chip ball to the right flank. Stone again. He's delivered the cross and what happened there? Roy just couldn't get himself out of the way of that, could he? Wasn't actually a bad chance. It was a surprise cross, I think, by Stone. Even took Brian Roy by surprise. It's gone through the legs of Nolan and Roy just couldn't get his coordination right. Petrescu for Hyde. Hyde on for Sinton. And Wednesday really pretty awful at the minute as Roy makes another attack. Switches play for Collymore. Collymore might strike one here, it's deflected, it goes for a corner. Wednesday trailing 4-1. And you can sense there are more Forest goals in this. Not too much fight about the men in blue and white at the minute. Short corner. Bohinen delivers it. Andy Pearce gets there first. Stone might crack one from here. Stone, it's deflected. Roy is challenging Pressman, and Kevin Pressman gets there first. Free kick then that Little will take. Well, Little's a little confused here. Now he takes it towards Collymore. Pearce climbing on him and that will go through for Pressman. Petrescu now. Bright beaten by Cooper. Stuart Pearce for Wone. Wone into the middle and Stone. Bohinen helping this one on. Phillips now for Stone, who's continued his run, offsides given. And already the Wednesday supporters making their exit from this stadium. Had the heart ripped out of them this afternoon by a very fine Forest team who are still making the running at 4-1. Waddle looking to find Sheridan. He's tackled. Well, that one will drop for Sinton. Comes the cross on the chest of Pearce. All the confidence in the world as he rattles one out to the flank. And Wone. Bohinen making ground with him at a canter, now sets off quicker. Wone's carried it all the way to the edge of the area. And now we'll play it out wide for Roy again. Pearce and Bart Williams do the job on him. Here's Bart Williams again. Mark Bright for Sheridan. Chris Bart Williams. He's got Petrescu with him. Pearce, good tackle. Well, that seemed a fine tackle. Referee not happy. Chris Waddle again, holding this one up for Nolan. Nolan to Sinton. Sinton getting his fair share of boos and jeers. Nolan into the penalty box. And does Crossley take that behind, or was it already out for a goal kick? Yeah, I think Forest goal kick is the decision. Yeah, Nolan drove it out, didn't he? Collymore. Bart Williams sneaks out his left boot. Petrescu for Andy Pearce. Now John Sheridan again, middle of the field. Switching play for Sinton. Oh, Sinton's giving it away. Little has it back for Forest. Stone, Bohinen. Sheridan gets a touch at that and Hyde has it. Petrescu on the ball. Now Sheridan again. Sinton, he's got Waddle in. Waddle might have fancied a shot himself there, but he didn't. Now here's Dan Petrescu. Delivers a far post cross, nobody on the end of it. Well, Sinton picks up the pieces. Nolan again. Des Walker. Petrescu heads that straight out. That will be a Forest throw. And Whittingham comes on finally. Sheridan is the man to make way for him. Whittingham gets his first touch. Not a bad one. In the end just plays it out wide for Bart Williams. Cross comes in towards Whittingham again, headed away well by Forest. Here's Waddle. Sinton. Stone blocks him. Nolan tackled by Bohinen. Roy breaks. That's a desperate challenge by Nolan. Roy's managed to get the ball to Collymore. Here's Stan Collymore. Onto his right foot. Oh, what about that? Collymore makes it 5. And Forest just cruising now. So much work due to Roy. Lovely ball for Stan Collymore, but it's an individual effort, isn't it? Brushes past Pearce as if he's not there. And that's a thunderbolt strike, and Pressman had no chance. 5-1 Forest. Worth another look. Just shifts onto his right side, drops the shoulder, and that's bang in the corner, and even the Wednesday fans applaud.
Paul McGregor replacing Ian Wall.
Ian Wone, the man brought off then, and Paul McGregor gets on. Not a bad time to come on as Mark Bright headlong towards goal. Crossley makes the claim. Offside flag was up anyway. Cooper's very excited. 5-1, why wouldn't he be? It's a real rout at Hillsborough, no doubt about that. Bart Williams. Dan Petrescu. Hyde. Wednesday attempting to make something of it. Here's Dan Petrescu trying to get round the back, tackled by Pearce. Motions to the Forest fans, he's well psyched up, is Stuart Pearce. Set them on their way this afternoon with a terrific free kick, and that's awful from Bart Williams, really. Crossley's found Bohinen. Roy's breaking forward again. Brian Roy, good ball into the path of Collymore. He's carried it wide and he still scores. Number 6. Astonishing scenes. Brian Roy made a fast break. The ball was perfect. Collymore took a touch. It wasn't a good touch, but that wasn't a bad touch, was it? Bang in the top corner. Roy and Collymore, the partnership made in heaven. Sidesteps Pressman and still has time to knock it in the top corner. The deficit now, and it really is just like nothing you've ever seen. Away from home, it's an incredible rarity that you get 6 goals. Cooper for Stone. Stone linking up nicely with Collymore, and then Phillips. Collymore again on a hat-trick, trying to play the through ball there, and Roy might get on the end of that. No, he won't. Game effort by the Dutchman though. 2 goals from him, 2 from Collymore, 1 from Wone, and the first from Stuart Pearce. It stands at 6, and fans now leaving in droves, but not Forest fans. McGregor looking to get his first touch there. He does so. Fine tackle. Concedes the throw in though. Absolutely delirious as Waddle whips another one in, and Bright goes down. Sums up his day and perhaps Wednesday's as well. Curling, whipped in cross. Nobody there. Collymore gets a good flick at that, but Heenan won't get there. An awful touch from Nolan there. Throw in for Stone. Little. Now Phillips. Giving that one away. Collymore might get there yet. No, here's Pearce. And Pearce hitting an aimless, hopeless ball forward. It's easy for Crossley and Pearce to work forward, although Crossley giving himself a bit of defending to do here as Bart Williams whips in the cross. Bright for Sinton. Bright again. Now Chris Waddle clipping it through, and Forest deal with it. Stone. No free kick given. Forward for Bohinen. Lars Bohinen now has McGregor to his left. Here is Paul McGregor. Stone now. Phillips just pushing this one for Pearce. McGregor. Bohinen. Collymore. Oh, it's getting ridiculous. Phillips. Pearce. Bohinen sidesteps Waddle and will win a certain free kick. Well, I think the referee will want a word there. Phillips for Pearce. Pearce gives it away. Here's Waddle. Tackle by Stone. And Waddle unhappy with the teammates around him as Stone makes another break. Here's Roy. Bohinen outside of his boot. It's too easy. Oh, and the celebrations to go with it. Absolutely magnificent. Roy just into his path. And a virtuoso finish. No chance for Pressman whatsoever. Just magical. Swerve on that with the outside of his peg. And then a magnificent somersault. 7 up for Forest. Quite crazy. And Wednesday just praying for that final whistle to blow before, heaven forbid, it gets to 8. Mark Williams has found Petrescu. Mark Williams again. And Bright couldn't get the touch. Well, it really hasn't gone. It's been Forest Day. And as that one was whipped in, would have backed Mark Bright there, but he just couldn't reach out far enough. McGregor spreads another one for Little. Bart Williams gets the better of Collymore. Here's Waddle again. Turns past Bohinen, he's tackled at the second attempt. Des Walker surges forward, he's challenged by Bohinen. Stone now. Bart Williams gets in there. Free kick is given. There are the sad faces of Trevor Francis and Richie Barker. Under growing pressure at Hillsborough, certainly after this result. All the way back for Crossley. Pearce, who set the whole thing going. Collymore tried to dig that one over the top. It'll be headed into touch for a throw-in for Forest. Bohinen, scorer of that terrific goal, and there is the final whistle. And stewards and police shepherd Trevor Francis off. He's not a happy man. Collymore certainly is. Brian Roy is. Lars Bohinen is. They're all absolutely ecstatic. It's been a performance